by accident.
I make too much money to let that happen.
What? How much money do you, what that what? How
I'm
much money you make a year?
30,000 a year.
How much?
30,000 a year.
How much money you make at the end of the year?
I make 14,000 a month.
I'm not impressed.
I didn't ask you if you're impressed, but I told you how much I make a month.
Good for you.
How do you make that in a month?
What's going on, guys? So this video is going to be in response to that clip that you just saw. This is why I tell you, men, understand who you are, know who you are, know your value. You got to know who you are from the beginning, because when you got women like that was just in that clip, a lot of those women like that are walking around in a fantasy world, a fake world, okay? They're not walking insanity, reality. So you have to understand that, because when you don't, you notice how she said how much money she made, and then when he said how much money he made, I'm not impressed. See, when I say they're living in a fake world, they're not even living in real life. They're playing a game. It's about winning and losing, and they're not trying to lose. And this is at all facets. This is at all facets of the relationships when it comes to men with these women. It's when you approach them, like this man kind of did. Oh, I'm not interested. She probably don't got a guy on her phone making $60,000 a year. But here it is, a man who just talked about how he's making, 15 bands a year. 15 bands a month. That's right up under 150. It's right up under 150 a year. I'm not impressed. See, that's just a woman who she thought she knew who she was talking to, and she's jealous. And yes, women get jealous of men, especially women that have types. See, women that got used to dating bottom of the barrel of men, and it's men that they're ashamed of, men that they kind of know that they shouldn't be dating. They hate to see the men that they ignore, men that they would not choose, be successful, because see, you missed out, and then the insecurities come. So that's her projecting her insecurities. No, I'm not impressed. I'm not impressed. The guy asked him how much money he made. He didn't just come out and say it. She admitted it. And I told you guys, it's all about winning and losing with a lot of these women. Whenever these women act like that, do not try to chase them and make them see things your way. Do not try to win them over. Move on. Because I made a lot of mistakes like that when in my younger, late teens, high school, early 20s, dealing with girls who, dealt with dope boys and stuff like that. I dealt with females that were dating dope boys that was making, 80 grand every other week. You know what I'm saying? So I remember a girl telling me that, because I dropped her off. Story time. I'm going to give you two stories in this video. We're moving along pretty good. I'm going to give you two examples. This is about women winning and losing, and they need to devalue you. They need to make sure they're winning at all phases, whether it's in the relationship, happy wife, happy life. That's her saying, hey, I need to be winning, and you need to be worshiping me. You need to hold me on the pedestal so I can win. That's what this is, man. Story time. First story. I was about 19, and I took this girl out to dinner. We went out to lunch or something. And dropping her back off at her house, she lived with her grandmother. Her dad was in jail, and her mother lived with the grandmother. So the brother comes out to the car. He's young. He was about 9 or 10. And he sees my watch, because me and him had already met. He's like, "Ooh, look at that watch. You're a drug dealer." And I said, "No, man." I was like, "I got a job." And he's like, "No, I'm telling mama you dealing with a drug you see this watch he got on? And I said, all right, check this out. I said, look, I got a job. I said, trust me, man. So what I did was, because I don't want I'm not one of these dudes that want young dudes, young black men, or young any type of man thinking that life is the way to go, especially a 10-year-old kid. So I said, all right, check this out. If I was a drug dealer, how much money? I said, you ain't got to be a dope boy to have some money. So how much money do you think a dope boy would have on him? And the boy said $1,000. So I reached in my pocket and pulled out, I think I had like $1,100 and some change. And what I did was I showed him one of my pay stubs. And I said, see, I got a job. And he was like, oh, man. And here goes his sister, the girl I was on a date with. Well, if he was a dope boy, he would have had way more money than that. See, that's her slick way of trying to bring me down, devalue me. See, you as a man, you need to understand that. And this is the time where you need to kick. See, I didn't kick her to the curb because I didn't know better. I was 19 years old. So I was like, you know, we was having fun kicking it. But either way, you need to just have fun or you need to run. Do not take these women serious. You need to have fun or you need to run. One of the two. Story 2. I told you guys, it's all about winning. I DM'd this female a few months ago. I said brunch, and I put a question mark. So the lady texts, huh? You know, she says, huh? Question mark. And I said, hey, how you doing? And she said, I'm doing good, but I didn't understand your question. I was like, you know, we should go eat. We should go grab something to eat one day. She's like, okay. And she was like, is that how you normally approach women? And I was like, ma'am, we're on Instagram. This isn't a verbal face-to-face conversation. This is Instagram. And blah, blah, blah talking. And, well, I guess you could have done better than that. And what happened was, while we were messaging, I was waiting. She was messaging me back to back, but I was waiting 3 and 4 hours to respond. I mean, I was working, but I was doing it on purpose because I wasn't about to back message her. So I waited 3-4 hours. I see that you're playing games right now, and you came at me incorrect. You could have came at me like a real man. I'm not one of these little. I said, excuse me? I said, ma'am, we were just messaging, and I don't understand what happened. No, I should have checked you from the beginning and this and that. And see, she's mad because I'm not one of these dudes talking about, oh, baby, you're sexy, you're beautiful, you're a queen. No, I'm just, you want to go to brunch? Maybe we can go eat. Let me know when you're ready to go. 2 weeks from now, boom, we done. We done. Man, this woman snapped, sent me like 5-6 paragraphs. Who do you think you are? I'm a queen and this and that. You could never talk to a woman like me like that. And all I said was brunch, guys. And she had messaged me 15, 20 messages. And all of a sudden just snapped because I was putting 2 and 3, 4 hours in between the messaging and commenting back in the replies. She just snapped because she felt insecure. She wasn't a priority to me. Like when she's probably used to talking to dudes, they're boom, texting back all day instantly. And see, this is when you need to have fun or run. And I didn't really have a chance to do either because she was just snapping and I just didn't respond. But this is why I tell you guys, a lot of women like this, when you see it, get ghost.